they joined a forum called Afro Women and Power. And the Duchess of Sussex has said, "I can feel this embrace from Colombia. It's incredible. Thank you very much." She spoke in Spanish, and it seems frankly a big step away from the rather formal royal visits of the past. To restore dignity to ethnic peoples, to promote the welfare of women, of children, of adolescents, said the Vice President, and it's a positive message. But within all this is the negative gripe that it is impossible for Prince Harry to get away from his family. That family is too important, too significant, and he is defined by it. It really is time for members of that family to get around a table and sort this out, because Harry and Meghan are showing the way to do things in a way that other members of the family really are not. And it's certainly time to sit up and notice. And among other things, this was a trip which was fraught with diplomatic and security dangers, and Harry and Meghan have embraced those and negotiated those with aplomb, with a dignity that is becoming of their status as members of the royal family. It's not that Harry needs them, it's that they need him and Meghan, and this fracture cannot continue, particularly when there are other problems in the family. This needs to be resolved.
Welcome, Royal Watchers and curious minds, to the Sussex Ambassador channel. This is your go-to source for an unfiltered, academic and thoughtful discourse on the Sussexes, Harry and Meghan. Our channel is dedicated to the exploration of their journey, the challenges they face, and their triumphs. If you're interested in an honest conversation about royal matters, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more insightful content. Stay with us as we dive into an enlightening speech by Professor Tim Wilson. Today, we bring you the powerful words of esteemed academic Professor Tim Wilson. A respected figure in scholarly circles, Professor Wilson is known for his thought-provoking insights and his ability to cut through the noise to present the unvarnished truth. His recent commentary on the ongoing feud between Prince Harry, Meghan Markle, and the left-behind Windsors has caused quite a stir. As a neutral observer, his perspective carries weight, and his words shine a spotlight on the stark contrast between the Sussexes' resilience and the Windsors' desperate attempts to smear them. His observations aren't just academic musings, but a reflection of the shifting public sentiment towards the royal family, and particularly towards Harry and Meghan. His words have stirred up a storm, and for good reason. Without further ado, let's delve into the unfiltered truths from Professor Wilson. Professor Wilson does not mince his words as he addresses the feud. He begins his discourse with an assertive statement: Harry and Meghan have shown resilience, strength and dignity despite constant attacks. The professor's words resonate strongly, painting a picture of the Sussexes standing tall amid a storm of unnecessary conflict. He goes on to contrast this with the actions of the rest of the royal family, the so-called left-behind Windsors. Meanwhile, he states, the left-behind Windsors waste their time smearing them rather than taking meaningful action. The tone of Professor Wilson's words leaves no room for doubt. He is clearly disappointed with the Windsors' approach. The professor continues to elaborate on this contrast, highlighting the stark difference in the two parties' actions. He emphasizes the contrast could not be more obvious. The distinction is indeed clear, with Harry and Meghan choosing a path of resilience and dignity while the Windsors resort to petty smear campaigns. Professor Wilson does not stop there. He takes his critique a step further, pointing out the Windsors' inability to contribute anything meaningful to society. The royal family, he declares, has become nothing more than a PR machine built to attack Harry and Meghan. This statement is a powerful indictment of the Windsors, exposing their shallow attempts to maintain relevance. The professor then shifts his focus back to Harry and Meghan, praising their decision to choose a life of independence and positivity. Harry and Meghan's dignity should be respected, he urges. They have chosen a life of independence, success and positivity, something the left-behind Windsors simply cannot handle. The professor's words are a clear endorsement of the Sussexes' choices and a criticism of the Windsors' inability to adapt. In a final blow to the Windsors, Professor Wilson accuses them of resorting to petty tactics in an attempt to tarnish the Sussexes' reputation. Instead of focusing on their own failures, they resort to petty tactics, which only further prove my point, he states firmly. The professor's words are a stark reminder of the Windsors' misplaced priorities. In conclusion, Professor Wilson leaves no stone unturned in his critique of the Windsors and his praise of Harry and Meghan. The left-behind Windsors are more focused on smearing Harry and Meghan than doing anything of actual significance, he asserts. Meanwhile, the Sussexes continue to live with grace and purpose. Such powerful insights from Professor Wilson, don't you agree? Professor Wilson's insights have certainly resonated with many. His candid take on the feud between Prince Harry, Meghan Markle and the left-behind Windsors has sparked a wave of public reaction. The responses have been overwhelmingly supportive of his stance, with many echoing his sentiments on social media platforms. Let's delve into the public's reaction. It seems that Wilson's unfiltered speech has hit a nerve, with numerous individuals applauding his courage for saying what needed to be said. Twitter has been abuzz, with comments like, "The left-behind Windsors are obsessed with trashing Harry and Meghan, and they can't stand that Harry and Meghan are thriving without them," flooding timelines. One social media user pointed out, "Professor Wilson is absolutely right. Harry and Meghan have proven they don't need the outdated, crumbling institution that is the monarchy." This sentiment has been echoed time and again, demonstrating a noticeable shift in public opinion. Others have accused the royal family of becoming nothing more than a PR machine, focusing more on attacking Harry and Meghan than making any meaningful contribution. The Windsors, one comment read, continue to show their true colours, bitter, insecure and stuck in the past. The public's respect for Harry and Meghan's choice to live a life of independence, success and positivity has been evident. Their dignity, many argue, should be respected. One user noted, instead of focusing on their own failures, the left-behind Windsors resort to petty tactics which only further prove Professor Wilson's point. It's clear that Professor Wilson's remarks have exposed a truth that many have been thinking for a while. The left-behind Windsors, it seems, are more interested in smearing Harry and Meghan than doing anything of actual significance. This stark contrast between the Sussexes, who continue to live with grace and purpose, and the Windsors, who appear stuck in their old ways, has not gone unnoticed. In conclusion, the public reaction to Professor Wilson's speech has been overwhelmingly supportive. It seems that his words have tapped into a sentiment that has been brewing for some time. The response indicates a shift in public opinion, with many now questioning the actions of the Windsors and applauding the independence and resilience of Harry and Meghan. So, as this story continues to unfold, we'll be sure to keep you updated on the ongoing saga between the Sussexes and the Windsors. One thing is for sure, though. Professor Wilson's speech has certainly stirred the pot and prompted many to voice their thoughts on this royal feud. It's clear that Professor Wilson has articulated what many have been thinking. The actions of the left-behind Windsors speak volumes. Here we have a monarchy steeped in centuries of tradition, yet what do we see? A PR machine busily churning out smear campaigns against Harry and Meghan rather than contributing anything of substance to society. The energy expended on tarnishing the Sussexes' reputation could be better spent on meaningful action. The Windsors appear to be stuck in a cycle of bitterness and insecurity, an unending loop of petty tactics that serve only to paint them in a less flattering light. It's a sad state of affairs, really, when the focus is more on dragging others down than on lifting oneself up. The Sussexes, on the other hand, have chosen a path of independence, of success, of positivity. They are thriving, continuing to live their lives with grace and purpose, a stark contrast to the Windsors. It's evident that the Sussexes continue to live with grace and purpose in stark contrast to the Windsors. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. We greatly appreciate your time and interest in this crucial discourse. Your perspective matters, so don't hesitate to drop your thoughts on Professor Wilson's powerful speech in the comments below. Let's continue this discussion, and together we can shed light on the truth. Remember to subscribe, like and share. Goodbye from Sussex Ambassador.